Hi, my name is Nathan.
And I'm Taylor, and we're going to run you through all of the gear that we're taking with us around the world. So I decided to go with a carry-on rolling suitcase, and he decided to go with a backpack.
Yeah, and we're just going to give a little breakdown of the thought process behind the items that we're taking and kind of how we think it'll fit in and help us travel around the world. And we do have two different approaches here. I'm feeling like the backpacker kind of vibe, and I've been to Europe twice, and I took a suitcase that had wheels both times, and my buddy had a bag, and I was always stuck dragging this on the cobblestone streets, and it was absolutely terrible. But he was just moseying along, not a care in the world, with his backpack, not worrying about wheels breaking or whatever. But her concern is that this might be a little heavy to carry for like a 2 to 3 mile walk that we will probably end up doing because we'll be on quite a stringent budget for this trip. So yeah, we're just gonna take turns running you through what we're each taking.
So I decided to go with packing cubes. I've always used packing cubes on my trips because I feel like it just keeps everything organized, and I can also have a space for all of my dirty clothing so it doesn't touch my clean clothes. We'll also be in a lot of different places very quickly, so I feel like it'll just help to keep everything organized. I also have a little pouch for my rain jacket. I also have one for a winter jacket as well. Just helps to roll it up tight and keep it compact. We're taking a first aid kit for obvious reasons, just in case. We are also taking an extension cord because we'll have a lot of electronics with us. We'll need to charge our cameras, laptops, phones, everything, so this will be super useful. I also am taking a pack towel. It's just a compact, lightweight version of a regular towel so that we can take it to the beach and stuff, and it'll dry quickly for when we're on the move. And then I'm also taking a crossbody bag with me so that I don't get robbed as easily.
All right, so now I'm going to run you through what's in my bag and, most importantly, what camera gear and electronics are we taking with us around the world to document our journey. So unlike Taylor, I opted to go without packing cubes. I've never really been big on them, to be honest. I've never tried them. I've only traveled with Taylor while she uses them. Although they do look nice, I prefer to just shove everything into one big compartment in my suitcase because I feel like I can fit a little bit more in it, despite the lack of organization. To start out with, in my suitcase, I have the exact same little travel towel that Taylor has for the beach and for showers, because sometimes we'll be staying in places that don't provide the towels. So it'd be nice to have something to dry off with, kind of no matter where we are, and to not have to worry about either renting a towel or just, dripping water everywhere. Next is super important is a whole bunch of plug sockets. They're compatible all around the world, in Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America, North America. All of these plugs will cover everything. I made the huge mistake of traveling without these the first time I went to Europe, so I was not able to charge my phone via an outlet for the whole 11 days I was there. And I was 15, so I didn't know that I could just go to the store and buy one, so I didn't. So I suffered for 11 days. And then next, we brought 2 silicone collapsible water bottles. It sucks paying for airport water. It's like $4 a bottle, and then you can just refill it back up. But if you can take these empty through security, that's a game changer. So we decided to opt for the reusable kind. And then finally, I have a day bag to travel around, do little day trips, so I don't have to take a bigger bag along with us. Obviously, toiletry bag, and then we have sunglass holders because we have sensitive eyeballs and we don't want them breaking. And then finally, my personal bag that we're taking along with us to go under the seat back in front of us. This will hold the camera, the electronics, and all sorts of other things. So now that you see what's in my bag, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this bag and why I chose it. I bought this brand of backpack. It's called Tortuga backpacks because I listened to this travel podcast many years ago, and they were sponsored nearly almost every episode by these people, and there was raving reviews, and everybody just seemed to love this backpack. So I decided, why not give it a shot? Another reason is it has a bunch of different compartments. We have little storage space up here in the front of the suitcase to store important documents or little things like our chargers and our cords, or something that we just need to throw in there real quickly and have ease of access to later. We also have a water bottle pouch on the side, which will be really nice for our silicone reusable water bottles to slide in there after we get through security. On the front, we have another pouch. We could we could fit any little things in here, maybe some documents or some clothing that might not fit inside the suitcase. And then on the back, what is really nice, it has what are called collapsible handles. So if I ever needed to check this bag and it wouldn't fit in the overhead bin, I can tuck all of these handles underneath the pads here, and it would just fit nicely in there and not have to worry about these getting ripped or broken or caught on anything during the airport process. And it has chest support, stomach support, and hip support. So you're not getting any more support out of this backpack. It just really holds you tight so you don't have to worry about your shoulders aching as you're walking 3 miles on the side of a highway because you're too cheap to pay for an Uber. I don't know who would do that to their wife, but not me.
Definitely you.
Yeah, definitely me. And also it has a side grip and a top grip that allows for easy grabbing and easy access. And then finally, on the back here, you have your laptop sleeve where there's yet another little pocket on the inside where we can put our documents or our laptops. We can't really put those in there because this, might end up under the plane. But if you wanted to, you could do it. And then probably the biggest reason that I chose this backpack in general is it's 40 liters, and that's the biggest carry-on size that you're technically allowed to take onto an airplane. So I thought it'd be a fun challenge to see if I can fit everything I need in here for the first year and a half of travel. So yeah, that's kind of a look at my backpack. All right, so now I'm going to give you a rundown of the camera equipment we're taking with us that we're going to use to document our adventures and our travels around the world. First off, we just have a pretty plain camera bag. This kind of fits everything really nicely in it. I thought it was a little big when I bought it, but it fits really nice in my personal bag, so I know it'll keep the camera safe when we're traveling. And it has this nifty little thing on the bottom to store our tripod. So yeah, that's where everything will be thrown in when we're not planning on filming or just we need to do a travel day or something that just we need to make sure that the camera is safe and protected and put away. And then secondly, we have what every influencer or YouTuber has these days is one of these flexible tripods, so you can like hang it on a tree or a fence or something to get a really cool shot. And then we don't have our GoPro yet, but we have the housing, so we're like a third of the way there to having epic underwater footage of us snorkeling around the world or diving or whatever else we get up to. I'll leave that to the future us to explain. But we have the camera housing for that, so we can have some cool epic underwater shots. Obviously, we have a bunch of SD cards and a bunch of camera batteries. And I'm going to switch to my phone now to show you the camera, the lens, and the mic that we're going to be using around the world. So now I'm going to show you the camera and lens that we're going to be using to document our journey around the world. Starting off, we're using the Sony a7 III. I did a lot of research before buying a camera for this trip, and this came out to be the best budget-friendly option that was still versatile for photo and video. So that's how we came to decide on this camera. So far using it has been a lot of fun and really user-friendly and kind of a good learning camera to start out. And like I said, it was budget-friendly, so we're not breaking the bank to buy it. And to pair with the Sony a7 III, we're using a Sigma 28-70 f2.8 zoom lens, so we can have our 28mm kind of wider talking shots, and then we have the zoom, so if we want to go see like wildlife or whatever, we have a little bit of extra range that allows us to kind of zoom in and see more of the detail on farther away things. And on this lens, we have a 9-stop ND filter that allows us to help filter out the sun, because we're going to be filming like midday most days, so we're going to need that to kind of bring down the harsh light coming into the camera while maintaining an excellent quality. So we pair that with the Sony a7 III. And then finally, we have the Rode VideoMic Go 2. This is a little shotgun mic that will sit right here on top of the camera. We got the wind muff for it because it's windy most places and there's a breeze and there's gonna be extra noises, so we figured this will be a great choice to kind of limit the noise that you hear in the videos. So yeah, that's kind of the setup that we're using, and we think it's a great, perfect thing to document our trip around the world.
So that's all of the gear that we're deciding to take on our trip with us. Obviously, this isn't a packing video because we don't know how many items of clothing we're taking what kinds of clothing we're taking. We might add some things or subtract some things as we go along our trip, but we'll have to keep you updated along the way of what's working for us and what's not working for us. So if you have any suggestions on anything we should bring along or what's a bad idea, then leave them down in the comments below.